I will do that later. I will do that later. I will do that later. Okay. Well, I tell you what, it's been a. All right, let's see what these markets got for me today. Off. Hmm. Probably. Let's go get that set up real quick before they edit. All right. So today, looking at the scans, just from first glimpse, I can already see it's a little bit lighter volume coming into 8 o'clock. Um, we have a couple of top movers up here, and we're gonna check them out after here in a second. The first one is EVAX, EVAX, up 20%. Then we have QUBT up 14% and ZH up 12%. And these are our top 10 volume movers. They're above $2 that are trading with some volume. We're going to look at those catalysts here in a second. We also have on the low float side, we have HOTH, HOTH, up 33%. SINT is down 46%. That is a nice little drop there for a midweek hump day trading day. Let's see. SINT. We'll look at the news and see why it actually dropped off. And those are the tickers that I'm seeing for right now. Trade. EVAX, QUBT, HOTH, SINT way down. Huge drop off there. Very little trading down here. Only 1 million shares traded on it. The SPY was absolutely volatile yesterday. We had a rip from the 408s up here to the 415s, and then it slammed back down, just went all the way down to the 407s, and then went all the way back up to the 415s. Extreme volatility in the SPY was the story for yesterday. And I was talking to Donnell in the Discord about today, and I was like, with all the action that happened yesterday and the SPY doing what it's doing, I don't know what today, Wednesday, is going to be looking like. It might just be an observation day. And from what I'm seeing right now with the low volume, I think I was pretty right. Good morning, Lori. But as far as these catalysts go, let's look into the catalyst for EVAX. Evax, they announced a promising preclinical mRNA vaccine data. Okay, so that's preclinical news. That's already weak news. Let's see about the float on this one. Last month, 2 months ago, to present full clinical readout. All right, so let's go to statistics. The float is 14 million on this one. 42% held by insiders, around 1% held by the institutions. Shares of short percent float of shares outstanding, 0.89%. Shares short, 35K. Prior month of December, or prior to December 15th, so that still hasn't caught up yet. We're in February. Okay, let's go out here to FinViz and look at Evax. Good morning, Andre. So out here we have a float of 13 million. Shares outstanding 23 million. I think the insider is the same. Yeah, 42%. So yeah, Evax is the pretty much the top mover on the day with 9 million shares traded, but it has weak preclinical news. The next one under that will be QUBT. It's up 17%. QUBT. Statistics float 25 million in the float. High insider holding percentage. Over half of the outstanding shares. I like it. Okay, let's see. Short float. A little bit higher float than the other one, but let's go and look at the catalyst here on QUBT. And Lori called out CELZ. Look at that one too. CELZ. Oops, did not mean to do that. CELZ. Okay, Evax QUBT. Good morning, GD. News on QUBT. Quantum Computing receives subcontract award to support NASA to test quantum sensing solutions. Size not disclosed. Let's flip over here and read more into this. Okay, let's see. Quantum computing, huh? I like it. All right. QCI, through its wholly owned subsidiary QI Solutions, which is focused on federal projects, will perform this work under a subcontract from Science Systems Applications, a leading scientific engineering and IT solution provider. Okay, so working with quantum computing there. That's some pretty. I mean, that's the best news that I've seen today. But it's also, I don't know how this thing trades. I mean, if we look on the daily chart over here with QBT, looks like it had a pop on yesterday or 2 days ago. Had a nice little pop there, but gave back the gains. Got up to what, $5, and right now it's sitting at 235. So right at this this 200 moving average. Not that impressive to me. But I mean, it is a better news there. Hoth was another one that I saw up 25%. Is a low float for Hoth Therapeutics. Hoth Therapeutics announces increased positive results in Alzheimer's therapeutic HTALZ. So they're getting more positive results. No kind of investments going on in here. Just the company on their own proof. All right, what about CELZ that Lori called out? Let's go look at that on the daily chart. CELZ, it was at 52 cents yesterday. Little bit smaller range on this one. Let's see what the float and everything's looking like. CELZ, 13.54 million in the float. Very, very low insider holding. You got more institutions in there than insiders, so it'll probably be a little choppy. A little choppy. We'll see. Let's see. Short percent float 1.13%. Short percent of shares outstanding, about even there. So yeah. And what's the news on this thing? Creative Medical Technology Holdings announces a IRB approval for FDA cleared phase 1/2 clinical trial of novel cell therapy. Okay. So this is for type 1 diabetes. Okay, potential best-in-class therapeutics today announced. Watching for momentum to pick up on that one. Donnell says on this CELZ. Company believes CELZ 201 leverages a unique approach to harnessing power and of perinatal tissue-derived cells. Okay. Company-sponsored trial will be conducted at University of Miami Health System in conjunction with Diabetes Research Institute. Okay. So we'll see how that does. We'll see. It's up 153%. 27 million shares traded on it. It has not broken over $2, so yeah, yeah. Let's see. It got a high up here of 150 for the resistance. Oh, I did take a trade yesterday on Lucy. So I saw this thing come back to its support right here, right around the $3. And my first entry was at the I started entering at 309, between 309 and $3. And when it dipped down here under $3, I added a little bit more, and I got up to, I think at my overall size there was 1,733 shares. And I got this nice little pop off the $3 up to the 315. And I went ahead and took that, it's 15 cents on the almost 2,000 shares. I'll take it every day. And so that was my trade from yesterday. Nice little green trade adding to the account. CELZ. And like I said, I'm dip buying. I'm a dip buyer. So I'm looking for the lows. The lows of the lows. Let me read some of these chats real quick. Comments. Lori, boom, boom, boom. Momo. We'll see if Momo picks up on CELZ. It might. Let me look at the daily chart and see if we can map out some levels. Got about 15 minutes to the open. Crazy thing is, like, when I'm sitting around waiting on my trade to set up or whatever, it's just like, it's so like Daniel B in One Life say, it is so boring. You're just waiting for the dip, because when it's exciting, when it's up, everybody's like, oh, let's get it. But when it's low, it's like, man, it's taking all day. But you get in and you get a nice little pop on a nice share size, and it's good. All I'm looking for is 10 to 15 cents. And if it'll explode more, great. Because 10 cents on 1,000 shares is $100. Did I say that right? think I did. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what these things want to do. SINT, they did an offering which caused their stock price to drop from $6 down to $3.34. But we're going to watch the things that are actually moving upward today. Are there any other movers that you guys see other than what we have here on the watch? CELZ, EVAX, QUBT, and Hoth. But I'm thinking CELZ is where everybody's going to be watching at the open. Previous levels. Oh, that's why I went over here. I was trying to see the previous levels over here on CELZ. So previous consolidation 54 cents. Had a low here of the low here of the 130s that it came down and tested here before it fell through the first time. So 130 right now it's at 130 sitting on this line. So I'm wondering, will the shorts want this thing to hold over 130 again for a nice little quick move down, or will they get it to actually will some buyers come in and hold it above 130 so that it can move higher? Previous high is also here 191. Let's see. One 130, 191. It's got this big gap up in here, but I don't know if it's got enough gusto to do all of that. That's a lot of movement. I'm just going to look at the 130 and I will call it as a short. I'm going to say that it's going to get back below 130 and 130 is going to be a problem for it. But we'll see. We'll see what it wants to do during the day. I don't even know if this thing is shortable. Let me see. CLZ. It is shortable. It is shortable. CELZ. It has a shelf registration from last year that hasn't gone through yet. Still waiting on BFRG. It was supposed to open up last Friday, but did not end up opening up. It says it's supposed to open up tomorrow. And that's another AI company. Lucy Scientific Discovery is supposed to be opening up. What is Lucy Scientific Discovery? We're an early stage psychotropics contract manufacturing company. Okay. Produce, assemble, export certain pharmaceutical grade active pharmaceutical ingredients. Okay. So just a pharmaceutical company. Hesai Group. What is Hesai Group? Global leader, delivery robots and street sweeping robots and logistics in restricted areas. Logistics robots in restricted areas. So robotics company coming out on should be tomorrow. Expected price $17 to $19. Interesting. We'll see. We'll see what happens with those. Okay, CELZ with 30 million shares traded on it. And I think this is the one I said did not have high insider holding. So it could definitely be manipulated quite heavily. Where is the... If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, low insider holding on that one. Let's see how this thing gets manipulated around. Be very careful on CELZ. You know, if you're quick with the fingers, quick with the trigger fingers, hey, you can Definitely take risk, but definitely manage your risk, especially with the best thing that we've got, only $1.30 up. So definitely be careful. We'll see what kind of range it has. This first hour shoot up was from 50 cents all the way up here to 144, but now that it's up here on this this next hour candle, it went from 114 up to the 140, which is about 30 cents. And that could be the best. It could be closing down. So 30 cents being the best, how much can you expect to get from a 30-cent move? Should you expect 10% or 20%? Do you expect to capture the whole 30 cents? You know, it can go either way. That's kind of how I look at it. I'm like, okay, what's the best move that it's had? What's this? 50 cents up to 137. So what is that? 50 cents up to 137. Where's my calculator? Oh, 137 minus 50. 87-cent move. The best move that it's probably had on the day, and probably will have 87 cents, almost $1 move. So what's your goal when you go into this trade? Do you want to capture 10% of this move? So 87 cents. What's 10% of 87 cents? Oops. 8 cents. 8 cents. That doesn't seem right. I don't know, man. 20% of this move. Let's see. 87 times 20% of the move. So that's 17 cents. Will this thing be given 17-cent moves over and over again? That's what I look for in a stock. How many times is it giving the opportunity for that 17 cents? How many times is it giving the opportunity for me? I'm looking for 15 cents to start taking profit. And so I'm like, okay, well, how many times is it going to show me that it can do that multiple times? So we'll see. 20% of that 87% move is 17 cents. Could go like 25%. Let's see what 25% is. 25%, about 21 cents of movement. So I'm wondering, can this thing move 21 cents? Can it move 21 cents? And with that low insider holding, how much manipulation are we going to see on this thing today? That's the next question. Because it's beating everything over $2. Basically, looking at my scans over here right now, they don't have anything up here that's interesting to me at all. So I wouldn't even. This would just be a no trade day based on my scanners. The only reason I know about CELZ is because Lori called it out. We got 5 minutes to the bell. On a nice hump day, Wednesday hump day series. So we know 130 is a previous level that it failed through and could be coming resistance up here. We got the 131, we got 194 up there, and then we got the drop point like a mid. It's kind of midway here between them. So 160. So 130, 160, and then 190. And what's the possibility of it doing all this? We don't know yet. We'll see. Mm. Mm. in these last 4 minutes, let's go ahead and I'll pull up my rule set. So basically, analysis questions. Is it a low float? I'm looking for low floats. How many outstanding shares are there, and who's holding them? You know, kind of interesting. Is it a top 10 volume mover? Does it have a catalyst of some type? Is the retracement worth the risk? Right? Can you get that? Can you get a nice profit out of the potential that it's showing you? Pre-trade variables. What's the competition on the day? If the competition runs away, and by runs away I means that the competition gets so much more volume that it's just like it just leaves the ticker that you're interested in the dust. It's probably gonna be a no trade. Are the shorts strongly winning during the intraday, and is there momentum showing signs of weakness? So momentum to the downside, momentum coming into support. And then are there any large areas of interest on the level 2s for support or resistance? And then notes to consider. I'm looking for things above $2. Always consider the shares outstanding and consider the floats. Never trade a stock with low relative volume with a big range. It just is illiquid. And indecisive stocks burn my mental patience, so I kind of leave them alone. Let them choose a direction. Let everybody else get chopped around in there. But we're about to see CELZ continues to seem like it's trying to hold. We may see a 150 touch at the open, maybe. But yeah, I'm definitely keeping that 130 in mind. So let's see if we can see any abnormal sizes on the level 2s here in these last 2 minutes coming in. So we see a 27,000 share position there at the 135. We want to see something bigger though. There's a 33,000 share position at the 125. Anything bigger than that? And we see some 50,000. So the biggest thing we're seeing right now out there is around 33,000. On the ask side, we see 40,000 at the 140. 40,000 at the 140. So, we'll see. We got two walls. We got a wall at 140, which is right under, and then we got a wall at 135 and 125. Very tight with all these walls. Got about 10 seconds until the open. There's the open. Let's see how this thing gets treated. So testing that 130 mark. Staying above it. To the 140s. Another test on the 130 very quickly. $141, 142. Here on the daily chart. All right, there's a breakdown of the 130. So this was the area that on my daily chart where we had marked this previous fail point trying to become resistance. That does not mean it's done for the day. It just means that it's trying to hold up this 130. So we'll see how well it holds up the 130. It's got multiple tests on the 130 now. And we know our last size, last big size is at the 125. Then the 115 has 20,000, so we'll see. Okay. Will it crack down the 125s here? Previous low is the 112 on the based on the hour chart here. We'll see if it can attack that 112 there. Oh, okay. And now this is the point where you started taking consideration, okay, what kind of range is it given? This opening range was from the 142 down here to the 127. Now this hour candle has not closed yet, but I do use the hour candle to kind of know what kind of range it can give me overall. And if the whole hour is giving me like what, 5 cents, 10 cents, I'm like, I can't do it. I need more range than that. 142 down to the 127. That's a 15-cent range right now. So if the best that is showing us on the open is a 15-cent range, what can you expect to get out this 15 cents? Do you expect 20% out of the 15 cents? That's 3 cents. So is that worth it? Is that risk worth the reward of 3 cents? How big of a size do you need to take for this to be a profitable trade to the extent that it actually makes sense, right? We're gonna see though. It's just the beginning. All right, coming on down. Down 10% since the open. Gotta make it make sense. So now this low was the 2022 with a high of 40. So it's a 22-cent move there. 22 cents. And then what, 20, we're looking for a 20 to 25% win. So that's 4 cents. I mean, it increased a little bit off that dip. Okay. 4 cents. Is 4 cents worth it? 4 cents, man. 4 cents on 400 shares or 500 shares. You're gonna need to take 1,000, 2,000 shares for it to make sense. Let's see, 4 cents on 2,000 shares times 2,000. That'll be $88 on 2,000 shares. But you run the risk of it getting manipulated back down through there. So is it worth it if I take 5,000 shares for 4 cents? That's $200 on 5,000 shares. So is the risk worth the reward? And for me, that's a big, astounding no. All right, Hoth is picking up. Let's see what Hoth is doing down here. Hoth had a high up here of 7, dropped all the way down to 5. Not looking great. QUBT had a high up here of the 275s. 275, 257. Had a low of $2 down here for possible resistance. Let me go and look at QUBT out here. Ooh, that daily chart is looking nasty. It came down, had a big drop from 3 down here to 2, and then gap back up here to the 200 moving average. Still below the previous day's highs. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It is green on the day, but I don't know how much it can push on the quantum computing news that it has working with NASA. But it is green on the day. It's just not big green. Forming a lower high here for resistance at the 256. And to me, it had the best news on the day, even though it's not receiving a whole bunch of volume. But, you know, I'm into computers anyway. I like that news. I just don't know if everybody likes that news, seeing the volume. All right, so CELZ slipping on down. Let's see how far it's going to slip. Only given at best 22% or 22 cents of movement on its best. And this candle right here has 12 million shares traded on it with only a 22-cent movement. Now, I guess you could say, well, this is a cheaper stock. So what is 22% or what is 22 cent? What's the percentage based on this dollar, what was it? Dollar 40 was the start of the day. So we look at here 144 minus, what is it, 22%? 22. So it's $1.22. So 1.22 divided by oh my goodness. What was I trying to calculate? I was trying to calculate percentage of 22% out of the 144 is what I was trying to calculate. Just not, it's not great, man. It's pulling back up to the 130s, but it's just not great. This opening range is not great. 143. Yeah. And if it does, I don't even think it's gonna dump really. I think it's just gonna go flat. EVAX dumping on down under the $2. It has disappeared off of my scans for EVAX, only up 10%. Forget that noise. All right, so right now, top volume that I see is Lumen Technology. It had a gap down there, down 17%. Then we got Bed Bath and Beyond, which absolutely got destroyed from the $7 back down here to the $2 or $3 level. Uber is also red on the day. OSH, I don't know what this thing is. OSH, Oak Street Health shares rise. They got a $10.6 billion deal to buy clinic. Wait, CVS reaches, CVS is buying them. CVS reaches a $10.6 billion deal to buy clinic owner Oak Street Health. Okay. So they're just getting bought out. Google also coming down under $100. EVAX. Yeah. So yeah, we got a lot of competition. Let's see what the SPY is looking like today as well. SPY had a huge rip up to that 415-ish area yesterday. It's continued to find more and more resistance, making lower highs on the daily chart for the SPY. But it still has this overall trend that it is going upward. But like I said, man, trends can be very, very misleading. And reversals can happen in an instant. Oil has jumped back up here as well. It has multiple tests here. I was looking at this thing, I think a day or two ago, where I continued to see this thing kind of bottle around the $70. Continue to come down, test 70, and continue to move back out of this range upward. And so I'm thinking oil. I don't know if it's going to snap back and go ahead and break out of the 80s, but it continues to hold above the 70s in some pretty tight consolidation between the two or the 82s and the 70. So about a $12 range there. Let's see. But yeah, for now, QUBT pumping on up there. It is the biggest green mover. CELZ down to 117. And what's the difference between CELZ and QUBT? Catalyst, range. Those are the two main things. Look at this range here. So it gapped up from here, 197 up to 276. On this first hour, how much range has it showed us? From the 228s up to the 253s, basically. So we don't know where this hour candle is going to close, but we do know this thing, one, is getting a lot of trades, getting a lot of volume, and it has that catalyst, but we don't really know what the high is yet because nothing has been retested. I'd rather see a low than a high. ZH getting punched in the mouth. Dallas called out FTNT. Good morning, Dallas. FTNT. FTNT got a, so it had a previous had been going sideways from, and what's the news on this one? FTNT. TNT. FTNT. Ooh, it's got a lot of news. Gee whiz. Okay, let me bring this up. Okay. So let's see. Disney, Chipotle, Fortinet. What is FT? What's Fortinet? Okay. Fortinet, Enphase Energy, revenue, Fortinet, Q4, GAAP, income. Where is news specifically pertaining to Fortinet? Downgraded to sector weight. Fortinet raises price target to 70. Okay, Fortinet's price target 70 from 64. What does this company actually do? Fortinet profile. So it's a software and infrastructure company based out of Sunnyvale, California, United States. Fortinet Inc. provides broad, integrated, and automated cybersecurity solutions in the Americas, Europe, and the Middle East, Africa, Asia Pacific. It offers FortiGate hardware and software licenses that provide various security and network functions, including firewall, intrusion prevention, anti-malware, virtual private network, application control. Okay, let's see. The company also provides FortiSwitch product family, offers secure switching solutions for connecting customers, their end devices. FortiAP product family. Okay. Okay. There's a lot of just IT, blah blah blah. Okay. Now, one thing I can say about this company, it has a lot of competition. Even if its competition isn't moving on today, it has a lot of competition. You got Cisco, you got Datto, you got a lot of cybersecurity competition. So we'll see. We'll see if it just wants to grind up. It had a gap up today, but I don't know. If they can compete with Cisco, which is pretty much the number one, and Datto, and maybe like Sonic Wall products and some of the TrendNet products, they just got a lot of competition out here for FTNT. But we'll see. We shall see. Are you trying to short that or go long on FTNT? QUBT pulling back as well, getting under VWAP. What happened to CELZ? Okay, CELZ in the first hour moved from the 140s down here to the 116s. Has not closed this hour candle, and I am against trading on a red hour candle. If it's red, just wait. Let it settle. Let it settle. You know, you buy at the bottom of it. You're like, oh yeah, this is great. It's gonna stop here, and then it continues to be a falling knife, and then you're sitting at 75 cents and you don't know what happened. So I kind of got away from buying on these red candles, and I kind of got away from trading the candles before they close. Just let them close, let them do their thing, show you what they want to do. Because this one has low insider holding, so it can definitely be manipulated quite heavily. Down 13% from the open though. QUBT coming in but retested this high of the 260, 270, about a 10-cent range in there to the high. Dallas said the only thing he shorts is the Qs. Got you. We're gonna see how this thing plays out on FNT, but this man, that thing's got a lot of competition. With what I just read on their profile, what they do, ooh, I don't know. It may trend up though. Had a high up here of the 63.60. And I don't mean just competition today based on volume or anything. I mean like the actual companies that's out there that it's competing against. Because I work with a lot of cybersecurity software and applications and equipment. Hoth going on down to the absolute graveyard. You calling this one out CLZ again? CLZ. CLZ did double bottom. No. See, what time frame are you looking at? This right here is looking like death to me on the hour chart. I don't think it's a double bottom based on the hour chart. Now, if it double bottoms on the hour chart, sure, but this candle hasn't closed yet. This candle still has what? Over 30, 40 minutes to close on the hour. I'm thinking it still got a little bit of gusto to the downside. And let's see, what is this? 8:50. So I got about 10 minutes left on the stream before I have to get to my meetings and things. I'm gonna get out of here. But yeah, we got a good observation. Nothing that I saw that I wanted to trade on my scans. Tesla taking the top spot now, and then BB. It's pretty much a large cap day. Looks like Tesla, BBBY, Lumen, Uber, Google, OSH. Just Donnell says CELZ needs to reclaim VWAP. I don't think so. I think CELZ is needs to just calm down. It needs to, because right now I'm just seeing it diving. I just see a falling knife. For real. This double bottom is going to be so easy to break. Let's look at the sizes here. Where are those 30? There, look at this. So we got a 43,000 share position here at the 103s. So the algorithm wants to go to where the people are, right? And I'm thinking it can get down there pretty easy based on the news that it has. I'm thinking it can get down pretty easy to those 103s, but we're gonna see. Maybe it is a double bottom and it is actually holding, but this candle has not closed and it's got way too much time to play with. It'll be a different thing if it was looking like this with about 2 minutes left to the 2 minutes left to the close of the hour. It's not. It's got a while, so I'm gonna let it drop. QUBT also looking red, looking like it wants to travel red on the day as well. Hoth came all the way down to the bottom. That's a no-go right there on Hoth. Remove that. FTNT has a top here of the 61s. And right now, the resistance from the pre-market seems like it has not made a higher body candle than this 61.25. Looks like it's been a problem all morning, 61.25. Coming on back down. Let me see. So Dallas says these overreactions are usually a problem. It's when you see 1 to 3 massive candles up at the early open, then they drop through pre-market. They look like splits. They're called overreactions. Overreactions. Well, we're about to see an overreaction to the downside on CELZ based on the hour chart. And this is the break of that supposed double bottom right here. So the bottom was 113 on this previous candle, and it is testing hard on that 113. Let's see if we can get a good break. There's 113. Can we get down to the 103s? We saw the big size down at the 103s. So let's see, 103. There's the 111 break. There's the 110 break. Let's see those 103s come into action. Down 20% since the open. Breaking to new lows. Based on the hour chart, not really based on the daily chart. Actually, let's look at the daily chart while we still got it. What is this? CELZ. CELZ. Let's see how it's holding up to what we had said pre-market of what the daily chart looked like. So this was the levels that I had drew on the pre-market. I said 130 was definitely a drop point here. 130, it dropped from there, this bottom where it continued to test the 131s, dropped down here to the 94 cents and under $1. It came back up and gapped up to this level and found resistance again at that drop point of the 130s. And I was like, okay, well, if it can hold 130, maybe it'll possibly give you 159, the midpoint where that drop happened. But based on the catalyst, it had a little bit weaker catalyst. And so we see it diving away from that 130 point, going back down to below $1 towards the 103s. So that was the pre-market kind of look at it. All right. But yeah, I got about what, couple minutes left on the stream. I'm not gonna sit around watching this all day. I can go make some more money doing something else. But anyway, we do have a Discord that you can check out if you want to. I'll go ahead and drop that Discord link. That's where the conversation happens after the stream. And of course, we watch the markets all day long. We drop news and news articles and our different theses into the Discord as well. Okay, there's a Discord link there. Carvana. Lori called out Carvana. What do we think of Carvana? Let's see. What is that? CVNA. I think that's Carvana. Carvana has boy. Let's see. So it was coming down. It has started to uptrend. Got a nice little pop up today. What's the news on Carvana? CNVA or CVNA. Looking at this daily chart, had a previous low here of the what is this, back in April. The $20 level is where it's kind of testing below on Carvana. Came down, had this huge bounce, came down again, and coming back and testing this $20 level. I don't know. What's the news on this over the past couple of months? Let's see. So starting in January, Carvana adopts a poison pill to roll over losses. Poison pill. I don't know if that's good news or bad news on a poison pill. The company is conducting layoffs. Okay, so apparently it must be a part of these companies conducting layoffs. Let's see. Carvana reaches agreement with the state of Illinois to continue bringing greater vehicle selection. Carvana to report fourth quarter fiscal year 2022. and host a quarterly conference call on February 23rd. Trading higher. I don't know if this is just a retest or it does. Wait. It's got a little bit more news here. Carvana option alert. It's got February 10th, 17th, and 10th and 17th call sweeps. We've seen that before. It's just a little imbalance. Carvana company shares halted back on the 2nd. Carvana stock enjoys best week ever as meme-like run continues. Well, I mean, if you're into trading meme stocks, I guess, but I don't know. It's Carvana's got a lot of work to do. This will be the first test to the underside of the $20. You know, it was above $20 for so long, came down under $20, and this is his first test here, back up to the $20. So I don't know. I'll give it a little bit of time, especially if you're gonna swing it for higher. Give it some time to show you what it wants to do under that $20 level, because you hate to get caught in a flush back down to like $5 or something, since it has meme stock movements. All it takes is just one little bit of bad news. But anyway, I got to get out of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you're going to continue trading, be careful. Keep your head on the swivel. It is hump day. I believe there's some kind of Fed news coming out. I don't know. I will update you in the Discord. I'll look into it, but I need to get to this meeting here in 2 minutes. Appreciate you guys for tuning in once again. And as always, I will be back streaming on Friday. I will still be trading though on tomorrow. I'll be looking for trades, looking for setups. But today I'm not trying to take any parts of what I see. So I'm just going to let the market have its way today. But anyway, y'all have a great rest of y'all day. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.